Hey, hi guys, this is Bakapachincholikar. Today I'm giving session on how to read a particular test case test data or how to treat a particular Excel file as a database. So let me give you a scenario how exactly we are reading the particular test case test data. So this is a sample Excel file I have created here. So first I have given all the header like name, test case ID, run. So based on this particular row, if it is mentioned it as a yes, then that particular test case test data will be picking up and that particular test case will be getting executed. So here I have mentioned name, test case ID, run, skill 1, skill 2. These are the simply some fields I have mentioned. So based on that, these are the keys. So based on these keys, this particular test data will be fetching in your test case and you are putting into the web application and you are performing all the validations. So in the main intention of this tutorial is how to fetch a particular test case test data or how to treat a particular Excel file as a the database. So based on the query we are getting the test data for the particular test case. So first I will go through with that code and after that we will demonstrate how to implement this particular concept in your framework. It doesn't matter whether it is a Selenium framework or Selenium Cucumber BDD framework. This concept is very important to run any test cases. To run any test cases, we need a test data. So I think this is a very good approach we need to use in most of the framework. So first what I will do is I will go through with the code, then quickly we will go to the Eclipse ID and we will implement this particular logic. So first I will go to this particular text file so I can explain you how we need to implement this particular logic. So we need to use a Fillo. This is the jar file. You can get this particular dependency from the Google also. So you can just search by MAVEN dependency for Fillo. So this particular dependency I'm using it to fetch the particular test case test data from the Excel file. So first I will explain you the what exactly this particular code is doing. It is a very single method. So it is accepting the test data file parameter, then sheet name. This is a test data file path where exactly your test data file exists, and after that within that particular file what is the sheet name. Then another parameter it is accepting, that is test case ID. So this test case ID we need to specify it from this particular Excel file. Whatever the test case ID you are mentioning here, based on that this particular method is going to retrieve the test data. So first what I have done is, first I have created the object of tree map. So basically map will be used whenever you are storing the data in the format of key and value pairs. So tree map basically it sorts the values based on the keys. So here I have created the object of tree map, then after that I have stored that into the map type. So basically map is the interface where the tree map is implementing all the methods from the map. So after that I have created one simple variable called query. So I have assigned null to this particular query variable. In the next line what I have done is I have written simple query. So this is a database query. Based on this query I will be getting the test data for the particular test case. So in this case so here I have mentioned the percentages. So this is nothing but I'm getting the runtime value. say for example here I'm saying select star from, this is a runtime value, that is the first parameter, that is sheet name, from which sheet I need to get the value, I mean the test data file. And after that where run is equal to yes, so based on the, whenever the first it is focusing on that this particular sheet name, then it is focusing on the yes row. And the one more condition we have is test case ID. So based on this test case, if yes and this particular test case matches, then it is going to return you the this particular row test data into the in your script. So that's it. So here I'm passing test sheet name and the test case ID. So this is my query. So based on this particular query, you will be getting the test data for the each of the test cases. So that's it. So here I'm creating the object of pillow. So basically this particular jar file is going to provide us the functionality of, like it provides the bridge between our script and the Excel file. So it retrieves the test data based on the query. In the next line I have created the connection reference variable. So basically this connection reference variable, it is used to create the connection to the Excel file, that is a test data file. So after that we have record set reference variable. It is basically, it stores the all the values whenever after executing the query. So first we have discussed, like we have created the tree map object. After that we are defined the query, and after that we have created the object of pillow and connection reference variable and record set reference variable. By using those stuffs, now we need to write the main logic. So in the try, what I'm doing is, here I'm trying to create the connection to the Excel file. So this particular Excel test data file path, I'm getting it from this parameter. Whenever I call to this particular method, so I'll be passing the test data file path. So that to that particular Excel we are creating the connection by using the get connection method. And after that, by using the execute query, I am going to execute this particular query what we have written in this line. Then it is returning you the set of results. So by using the while, if I have next value in the record set, just it is entering into this particular while loop. The main logic is here only. So whenever we are by using the record set dot get field names, so this particular get field names, what it does, this particular method, it is returning you the all the column names, that is the header column names, name, test case ID, run, skill 1, skill 2, etc till skill 10. So all these header names will be retrieved by this particular get field names. Then after that I have put that into the for loop. So every time whenever the each first value I get from this particular row, first I'll get the name value, then it is assigned to this field. Then under this particular for loop, what I'm doing is I'm taking the name, this is a name column, then I'm assigning this particular backup and to this particular first column name, that is name. So basically how it stores is, this put is a method where you are putting the test data into the map, that is a key and value format. So we have similar way, we have get method, based on the key value it is going to retrieve the data from the map. So in the first case what happens, so here field is nothing but name, and here this particular record set dot get field name of field. So it returns you the backup point. So basically it stores the key and value format as key is equal to name and the value is equal to backup point. In the similar way, so this we have get field names, right? So it is returning you the all the column names like test case id, run, skill 1, skill 2, skill 3, skill 4, like that. So in case of still, it runs till skill 10. So in the at last it will key value will be skill 10 and the value will, sorry, key will be skill 10 and the value will be n unit framework. So in that way this particular put method will put the test data that is in the format of key and value format. So in this try block we have created the connection to the Excel file and we have executed the query. Based on the query we have got result. Based on the result we are putting the test data in the format of key and value format. If anything is error occurred in this particular try block, so catched by this catch statement, and simply it will print you the, it will throw you the error, whatever the error information, exception information, then it will print you the this particular message, test data cannot find, like that. So at last I'm closing the connection to that particular Excel file. Then I'm returning you the test data in map. So basically, so this is a reference variable. We are putting all the test data into this particular test data in map variable. So this particular test data in map is a type of variable is map type. So this particular map type, it always store the data in the format of key and value format. So that's all guys. Let us move on to the Eclipse ID. I will show you the demonstration how exactly this particular code is going to work. So first I will take this particular dependency and I'll move to the Eclipse ID. I'll open this particular pom.xml file. Then I will go down. Simply I will paste this particular dependency. So that's it. And after that what I will do is, under this particular com.testautomation.utility, I am going to create one class called Excel handler. So that's it. I will click on finish button. So simply I will copy and paste that particular method what we have discussed till now. So that's all. So we need to import couple of packages. So let me import those type of packages. So this particular map is coming from the java.util. So basically this particular method is return type is map type. So that's the reason we have written the map type of object. So let us import this fellow. So already we have got this option because we have added the that particular fellow dependency in the pom.xml, right? So if you have not added, you will not get this particular option. So import those stuffs, and also you need to import the connection from the fellow. In the same way import the record set, that should come from the fellow only. So make sure that you are importing it from the fellow jar file. In the same way you have to import this tree map coming from the java.util. So we have simple class is ready. Simple class is ready with one method, that is a get test data in map. So we need to pass three parameters whenever we are calling this particular method. First is test data file and the sheet name and the test case ID. So that's it. So let us quickly create one simple future file. What I will do is simply I will copy this particular data driven testing dot future and I'll paste into the future file. I'll rename this particular future file into the test data reading. So that's it. So let me open this particular file. So what I will do is I will delete all these stuffs. I don't want it. So I'll delete this scenario outline also. So I will keep it only. I'll rename this particular annotation with test data reading. Then I will rename this feature with the test data reading for the test cases. So in the same way, I'll copy this feature description to the scenario description. So here in the given I will write read test data for test case. So let me go to this particular Excel. So I wanted to read the test data for this particular test case, that is test case 001. So here I'll mention test case underscore 001. So that's it. So what I will do is I'll take this particular annotation, I will go to the runner, I'll open this runner file, I'll maximize this, and here I'll just replace with the my future file where exactly my scenario is exists. So that's all. So now what I will do is I need to place my test data file into the framework, right? So that's the reason I will create here one simple folder. So here I am specifying resources underscore test data. So that's it. I will click on finish button. So under this resources and hyphen test data, so under this I will copy this particular test data file what I have created before. So I will paste under the resources hyphen test data. So that's it. So if I open this particular Excel file, just a second guys, yes, it's opened. So this is the test data file I have. So first what I will do is I need to mention where exactly this particular Excel file is, what is the sheet name. So we have sheet name as test data 01, and where exactly this particular test data file and the test case name I need to mention. So we have test case I underscore 001 is the test case name here. I mean the test case ID. So what I will do is I need to create the step definition file for this particular scenario file, right? So what I will do is we have mentioned the test runner, that is the annotation what we have used to represent this particular scenario in this test runner. So let us execute this TestNG.xml file. So once I execute that particular file, so I will get the definition for this. So I'll copy this definition and I will go to the com.testautomation.stepdef. Under this I will create the one simple class. So here I'm giving the class name as test data reading stepdef after that. So that's it. I will click on finish button. So under this I will implement that particular step what we have created the feature file. So you need to import the given class into the current class. So that's it. So we have already implemented this particular method in the Excel handler class. So what I will do is I will use this particular class as it is the static class. So I can call directly by using the class name. So here I'm calling Excel handler dot. So here you are able to see that particular method name what we have implemented just now. So that is get test data in map. So first you need to specify the test data file where exactly and what is the sheet name and what is the test case ID. So first I need to get the test data file path. So where exactly we have kept our test data file. So as you know, we have created the one folder that is resources underscore hyphen test data. So in this test data sheet we have the our test data for the test cases. I'll go to the properties and I need to get the path of this particular file. So I will copy from this particular so here I'm copying it from the resources hyphen test data then followed by the Excel file name. So I will come here. So you have to specify under the string. So it should be /. So that's it. So we need to mention the sheet name. So we have sheet name as test data 01. So I'll copy this. We have to pass in the format of string. Then we need to pass the test case ID. So I'll copy the test case ID here. I want to read this particular row test data. I mean the test case 1 test data. So I'll copy this particular test case ID. Then I will paste it. So as you know, this particular method is going to return the map type of object here. So I need to store this particular value into the map type. So what I will do is just I will copy this and I'll go to this particular class. Then I will assign it to this particular map type. So this particular test map in data variable will be storing all this particular test data for this test case 1. So first pair will be name will be key and this particular backup and will be the value, and the second time it will store the test case ID and test case 1 as the value. So always it stores the value in the format of key and value. So that's it. So here I wanted to read the value of, say for example, if I wanted to read this particular geometry value, I need to use this as a key. So what I will do is I will use the map object. So just I wanted to print on the screen whatever the value. So here I wanted to print the geometry framework as the value. So I need to use the skill 7 as the key here. So I wanted to print on the screen. So I will use the system.out.println. So you need to use this particular reference variable. So as I said before, we use a put method to put the data into the map. So here I'm using the get method. So you need to specify the key value. So it returns the value based on the key. So here I need to specify the key value. So if I wanted to read the geometry framework, I need to specify this particular key in the under the get method. So that's it. So this particular system.out.println, it is going to print the value of skill 7 as the, sorry, this particular key contains the this particular value. So here it is going to print the geometry framework as the value on the screen. So if I save everything, so let me close all the stuffs here. Then I will simply run the TestNG. Let me close the Excel sheet. So I will run this particular testng.xml file, run as TestNG suite. So if you look at the output here, so it is returning me the geometry framework. Say for example, if you want to read the different test data, so like this you can, let me go to the definition here. So here I have specified skill 7. So based on the test case, it is based on the test case, this particular test case, I'm getting the test data. So here we have n number of values like this, skill 1, skill 2, skill 3. So like this values you will be getting in the test cases based on the key. So you can utilize and you can enter in the based on the need in the web application, and you can perform your validations. So let me, if say for example, if I wanted to read the, so this is the first test case. Say for example, if I have implemented a number of scenarios, if you want to read the nth test case test data, so say for example, if I wanted to read test case 7 test data, so based on the skill 7, so just I will change this particular test case and I'll specify this particular key. So in this case, just I will give the different test case ID here. So it is going to print the, so now it was printing us the geometry framework based on this particular test case. So if I wanted to read the test case 7 test data, what I need to do, just I need to specify this particular test case ID. So if I execute, so if I execute this testng.xml file, so it is going to print as the value of Selenium Java TestNG Cucumber. That particular value should be printed on the screen. So let us open it. So if you look at here, it is printing you that particular value. So based on the test case, you can print on the screen. So like that you can specify a number of keys and you can print the number of values based on the need. And later you can perform all the validations by using the assertions and all. So at last, I have one assignment for you people. So what you need to do is, under resources, create one properties file, specify all this particular where test data file path and the sheet name. This can be like manually entered one based on the scenario, based on the test cases, you can get the test data, but you can create one simple properties file under this resources, specify the sheet name and the Excel path and read the particular test case test data. So that's all I have in this session. If you have any questions, please comment in the comment section. You can try at your end, and if you find any difficulties in doing it, you can reach out to me and you can comment in the comment section. And stay tuned for next tutorial on how to take this particular test data into the next step. Say for example, if I open this particular data driven testing, so we are just I'm giving the example, we are reading the test data in this particular step. So next thing is, I wanted to enter the test data in this particular step. So how I can do that particular, how I can write a particular logic for that. So we can discuss that particular logic in the next tutorial. If you like this particular tutorial, please click on like and share button. And if you want to learn more on Selenium Cucumber BDD, any automation testing, please click on subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial on test data reading.